Get off my lawn! What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Old Cranky Man Collectibles YouTube channel. My name is Blake, and I am here with Stefan, and today
Hi.
we are going to watch some Canadian Highlander. What's up, bro?
It's oh man,
It's
Highlander,
that
looking
kind
good.
of day.
It is.
Canadian Highlander always looks good. Primo
Always
format.
looks good.
So,
Oh,
at
man.
the top of your screen is Cam. He's playing Death and Taxes today. Caught me off guard a little bit. He's been working with Travis Wilcoxon, our 3-time Lawnlander champion, on a Death and Taxes list. And at the bottom of your screen is me. I'm playing my roots, where I feel comfortable. It's medium Grixis.
Yeah.
Cam's points are Soul Ring, Mox Pearl, and Umezawa's Jite. My points are Ancestor Recall, Dig Through Time, Treasure Cruise, and True Name Nemesis. You see there, I'm starting off with a Dark Slick Shores and a Preordain. I have opted to drop the Mana Drain for a Treasure Cruise.
I don't hate that. I like that.
So Mana Drain, it keeps being awkward in my mana, and I was just like, you know what? I'm sick of you.
Just give it a try. I think it's fine just to cycle out those one point cards. Like give tries.
I did cast a Treasure Cruise today, and it was pretty good. So Cam is going to get things going here with a Stoneforge Mystic.
Oh, okay.
This is
good card.
This is the Therese Nielsen Secret Lair, and that's going to pick up a copy of Umezawa's Jite.
Just 2 points right there.
Yep, 2 points right there.
I think this is definitely the Cam's version of if you can't beat him, join him, right?
You love to see it.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast a Consider on the instep.
That's going to put Gay.
That's going to. Oh yes, Rebecca Gay.
Yeah.
That's going to put a Grief into the graveyard. I'm going to have a Flame Slash take care of that Stoneforge Mystic. Play a Misty Rainforest return, and then I will pass back to Cam.
Like your Grief, it's in your graveyard. You're never going to get that back.
Absolutely not.
No ways to interact with your graveyard in this deck.
So this is a Sun Gold Sentinel.
Yep, I'm familiar with this card. It what is it? The Wolfy Moon, 3 Wolf Moon.
I'm sorry, what? Ow.
Yeah, it's the 3 Wolf Moon. It's the
Coven mechanic.
Yeah.
So Sun Gold Sentinel is going to exile the Grief from my graveyard. I'm going to crack a Misty Rainforest after Cam plays that Usher of the Fallen.
Just undercosted bangers here.
Yeah, and mono white might not be able to draw as many cards as, say, some of the other colors can, but they have ways like this Usher of the Fallen to just crank out card advantage in the form of creature tokens, and get ahead that way. Build a big board. So here you see one of my new favorite additions from Lord of the Rings. That is Fear Fire Foes.
Oh, you cleared his board with that, baby. This is one of the cancels damage prevention, right?
Yep. So if your opponent has 2 creatures, a creature in addition to a True Name Nemesis, you can use this to kill a True Name Nemesis. Also, if your opponent has a creature in play and they cast a One Ring to give themselves protection, the One Ring will. They will have protection from the One Ring, and you can use this to stop that protection from preventing damage.
Yeah, the protection still exists, but the prevention of damage just vanishes.
Yeah.
Jite not looking great without any creatures on board to equip it there.
Here you see a Kroxa Titan of Hunger. What is it? Kroxa?
Titan of Death's Hunger.
Titan of Death's Hunger.
Was that a Sky one of that flicker card that he pitched there
that he discarded? That is a it's
Skyfisher.
Is it?
I think it's a core Skyfisher.
Oh wow!
All-Star. I love this card.
Is that?
It looks like it. I've cast that card. Oh my God! Lord of the Third Path just straight up snuffing that out.
Yep. I don't want anything to do with that. I am trying to keep as many creatures off of his battlefield as I can, especially without Umezawa's Jite in play.
Yeah.
I've got to concern myself with this Mutavault. I have a high life total, plenty of life to play with. So using the Snuff out here
Yeah,
to just
might
take
as
care of
well.
that Lorn of the Third Path is okay with me. So Cam is going to fire up this Mutavault and equip the Umezawa's Jite onto it.
A lot of mana, but he has a lot of mana to play with, so like, why? Might as well, right?
Right, and he's not committing more to the board by doing this.
It also sneakily why Jite is so good is that the counters go on Jite instead of the creature.
Right, so even if it's not equipped to a creature, like it will fall off of this Mutavault at the end of every turn, he can still use those abilities.
Yeah, not the the pump is the only one that doesn't work.
Sure.
That's the only one that requires the equipped creature, which is something we discovered in a game against me. So I don't remember who I was playing against, but they tried to pump one of their other creatures with Jite. But like right now, you're doing your game plan, which is making your land drops, keeping the board clear, and keeping your life total high.
Yep, that is the plan.
And ultimately, he can put a bunch of counters on that thing. It's not really doing a whole lot right now. You don't have a board to interact with. It could potentially pump his creature.
It will let him gain life in a pinch, but a counter spell is going to take care of the Seasoned Dungeoneer. Cam's going to follow that up with a Skull Clamp, and at the end of his turn, I am going to crack a Scalding Tarn.
That was a very good counter spell. Who gave you that counter spell, bud?
You, thank you. I don't want anything to do with the initiative. Anything at all to do with that.
No.
I will not touch that mechanic with a 10-foot pole. I'm so sick of it.
Not even on your side of them. Like, even if you could take it, there's so many more opportunities for Cam to take it back. And here's a Snapcaster, maybe?
Snapcaster Mage is going to flash back this Consider. That's going to put a Gitaxian Probit in the graveyard. Draw a card from the Consider. Untap. Draw a card for my turn.
I do like a Snuff out with a Snapcaster Mage. You do have to pay the mana for it, but
yeah, I mean, the good thing about these, free spells is that if you need to pay the mana cost for them, you can.
Yeah. Oh, there's just the Croxa. That's the inevitability, right?
Yep. Croxa overperformed today.
Card is, you know me. I've jammed this card in Dredge for forever.
Yeah.
And I have seen people cut it from Dredge lists, and I think that is 100% incorrect.
So a Wasteland is going to take out my Watery Grave. Cam's going to follow that up with a Skyclave Apparition, which is going to exile my Croxa.
Oof. That's rough.
Skyclave Apparition, not an Oblivion Ring. That Croxa is gone for good now.
You get a 2/2 back if you deal with it. And it exiles any permanent. It's any permanent with mana value 4 or less.
Yep. So a Dreadbore going to take out the Skyclave.
Nice.
I will get my 2/2, and I will pass back to Cam here.
Nice.
I am doing my due diligence to try to keep his board clear.
And effectively. I like this. Mutavault's your main enemy here.
Yep. Struggling a little bit with the land.
Being able to evade sorcery speed removal, just kind of rough.
That was a block there from the 2/2 illusion token, and he used the counter on the Jite to pump the Mutavault so that it did not die in combat.
Interesting.
I am.
And what is this?
This is a Sauron's Ransom.
Sauron's Ransom. It's Factor Fiction, but different. Recently found out I own a copy of this card.
Oh, lucky you. So Cam's piles are Marsh Flats, a Douthie Voidwalker, and 2 face-down cards. So I can tell you that I need lands.
Okay, so you take the Voidwalker here.
That is what I'm going for here. I don't want to risk the face-down pile. Fear that Cam has the Stone Cold Read on me needing lands. So the face-down cards were Ragavan and Swamp. So I am going to fetch a Swamp out of my library, cast a Douthie Voidwalker, and he's going to use the counters on the Umezawa's Jite to kill the Douthie Voidwalker.
That's reasonable. Like, you're just trading value off there. You basically just bought a land, and that's totally fine. What swamp is that?
I've done better stuff.
Your basics are sick looking.
Thank you. That is an arena promo swamp.
Those are rad.
And the one that was put into my graveyard is one of the Rakdos Guild Kit swamps.
Oh, okay.
Those are worth an unreasonable amount of money, and I have a ton of them.
Yeah, I have the Selesnya ones. They're worth a decent chunk. You're looking at graveyards here.
Yeah, I gotta know what's in there at all times. I'm
Are are
just maintaining the game state. That's all.
are you
Don't worry
running
about that.
are you running reanimation effects, Blake?
I don't know. I guess you'll have to wait around and see.
I think that any deck touching like any deck in black right now is probably benefited by running those reanimation effects. Like the cheap ones, especially reanimate proper and animate dead, where you can take stuff from your opponent. It's going to go a long way.
So I need an answer for this Umezawa's Jite.
Yeah.
And I need it quickly.
Yeah.
The Umezawa's Jite is keeping me from adding any small creatures to the board.
Yeah.
And
Croxa was supposed to be good.
right with this and the addition of the Adanto Vanguard, it has Cam can give it indestructible.
Right.
So here you see a reanimate on the Lauren of the Third Path that is going to destroy the Umezawa's
Nice.
Jite when it comes back. I was waffling there between the Skyclave apparition and the Lauren of the Third Path. If you don't know this, if I take control of the Skyclave apparition and Cam kills it, he gets the token.
Oh.
So if I were to reanimate the Skyclave apparition and exile the Umezawa's Jite under it, and then Cam were to destroy the Skyclave apparition, he would get the 2/2 token from the Skyclave.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yep. So Cam's going to cast a Swords to Plowshares here, which is going to get met by a Force of Negation from me.
That's I mean, oh man.
And
White removal, very good.
It is premium. Attacking me here with the Adano Vanguard, that gets +2/+0 while attacking. You can also pay 4 life and give it indestructible.
Yeah. Oof. So the Jite is gone, right?
Yes, I destroyed it with the Lauren of the Third Path.
So we don't have to worry about it anymore. So your creatures just get. Did you block there?
I did, and he paid 4 life to give it indestructible.
That's fine.
He's casting a Boromir, and I am responding here with a Fact or Fiction.
Playing both factor fictions.
Yeah. So these cards have gone up in my mind recently because of Orcish Bowmasters. There's so many ways for your opponent to punish you for drawing extra cards now. Like you might have to pay a little bit extra mana for something like a Fact or Fiction or for a Sauron's Ransom, but they're very, very worth it.
Yeah, it's your top end as far as spells go, but you're getting a lot of value out of that. And you took the 3 cards. Man, it just feels like you set yourself up for success.
Here is a Treasure Cruise delving my entire graveyard.
No fear.
No, actually, it doesn't take my whole graveyard.
No.
He's also tapped out, so that's not nothing.
And you're all right, you're at 5 life, and that's sort of low, but you have tons of cards in hand now. Your resources runneth over.
Yep.
And you have dealt with largely the issues at this point.
Yep.
The Vanguard, if you can provide a blocker, is just going to start dealing Cam damage.
Right. Yep. Again, my biggest concern is the Mutavault. I need an instant speed removal spell that can take care of this Mutavault.
Yep.
So here is a Drown in the Lock to take care of Boromir. Cam is going to activate its ability in response. That is sacrifice Boromir, Warden of the Tower. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn, and the ring tempts you.
Oh, nice. So he can make his Adanto Vanguard there, the ring bearer.
Yep.
Hate bears and ring bears.
Clever.
Oh, I'm very funny, you see. It's a cleverness that a lot of people don't understand.
Flooded Strand here, going to get activated.
Fetching to 4.
Take me down to 4.
Hey, 1's not 0, right?
Absolutely.
Cam over there, I can see him like touching his temple. He's got the tells. How many cards does he have in hand now? Is he just empty-handed?
Cameron has no cards in his hand. Yes,
okay.
I am paying the mana to cast the Dismember here, which will clear out the Adanto Vanguard in spite of his creatures having indestructible.
Remind me to ask you about dismember after we get done with this because I have a question about the card.
Okay, sure. So Cam is going to play a Caracas and fire up the Mutavault again. The Mutavault's going to pick up a Skull Clamp, and Cam's going to crash in for 3, taking me down to just 1.
One's not 0.
And here is a Walking Ballista for 1.
No. 0 is 0 though.
It is. It's true. Yeah,
that was a huge amount of exchange of resources.
The Walking Ballista really sealing the deal there was not what I expected.
He could have just pumped a bunch of mana and he didn't need to swing in with the Mutavault and blah blah blah. He could have just.
Well, he only had 5 lands, so at most he could have played it for 2, but then he wouldn't have gotten to attack me down to 1.
Yeah, that's just. Oh man. So he was just drawing off the top. That was just a live draw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you were just like you had drawn so many cards there. You had basically
I died with 4 or 5 cards in my hand.
Yeah.
He's showing me some of the stuff that him and Travis have done. I think though the Hero of the Bladehold was his own personal edition. Maybe Travis is not playing that. I'm not entirely sure. I can't recall what Cam said specifically when he showed me the Hero of the Bladehold, but it was something cheeky, and it gave me the impression that Travis is not playing that one.
He's not a fan, but Cam is. We also play a lot of graveyard stuff here, so I don't know what Travis doesn't really play with us regularly.
No, he lives about 3 hours away, so
yeah,
he only comes to the quarterly tournaments,
which he does very well at, and we appreciate him making the trip. We've got 100%. A lot of people. We've got a ton of people that are going to be coming in.
Yeah, we've got people from Omaha, people from Chicago. Yeah. So Nick's game going here. I'm going to start with a Dark Slick Shores. Send it over to Cam. He's got what is that? It's called Enlistment Officer.
I have no idea. I genuinely don't recognize that card.
It's the guy that you can play 4 mana to look at the top 3 cards.
Oh, yeah.
It's not Enlistment Officer. Recruitment Officer.
Yeah, because I always think Recruiter of the Guard. Not as good as Recruiter of the Guard.
Yeah, this again, like I was talking about before, one of these ways that the mono white deck can grind out some card advantage. So a Brainstorm going to be cast here. I will
sort of a typically green ability.
Draw 3 cards and put 2 back. Yeah, I mean white needs the help though.
Sure. Oh yeah, does it?
It's also a 2-power attacker. Sun Gold Sentinel is going to take care of my Brainstorm, and then I'm going to fetch with this Bloodstained Mire because my Brainstorm is just Ancestral Recall.
Yeah.
Don't want to draw any more of those cards. It's going to find a Volcanic Island, which is going to Lightning Bolt the Sun Gold Sentinel.
Nice. Okay.
That is why Cam moved it to his graveyard. I haven't shown the Lightning Bolt yet, but it is. There it is. There's a Lightning Bolt.
Yeah. This is I like this exchange of resources happening here. You're just
here is what I believe to be the best card that one can have against this Death and Taxes deck. It is a True Name Nemesis.
We've talked about this ad nauseum, I think, about like what cards are good against Death and Taxes, and you built a whole anti-Death and Taxes deck.
Yeah, I mean it's not this, but
no.
Yes, it was a whole deck based around True Name Nemesis.
This card's the boss monster of the deck of that deck.
It is, yes.
And you put it in this deck.
The best Boggle.
Yeah.
So here's an Intrepid Adversary.
That's a very good card. Just a mana sink.
Yeah, it is going to prove problematic for me throughout this entire game.
Because it pumps the rest of his creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I will continually have to spend removal to take care of the other creatures, and because they are the ones that are attacking me, etc. So you see Cam activating the Recruitment Officer here. That's going to find a copy of Champion of the Parish, so that'll get added to Cam's hand.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. He can do that at instant speed, right? It's just anytime pay 4 mana.
I am not 100% sure.
Okay.
So Champion of the Parish going to get cast here, and then at the end of the turn, I've got an Unholy Heat to take care of the Recruitment Officer because I don't want him to keep drawing cards, and a Terminate to take care of the Champion of the Parish.
Are you unable to destroy the Adversary.
Oh, I could have. Yeah.
Okay.
I was more concerned about the champion of the parish getting bigger
Okay.
because it starts out as a 2/2.
Yeah.
So here he's
I
firing off.
agree. That was probably correct.
Yeah, here he's firing off Cave of the Frost Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is like I have this true name nemesis that I can hold back to block anything that's on the ground.
Yeah.
So getting the other threats out of the way and just leaving this this intrepid adversary here to get blanked by my true name nemesis is okay with me.
Sure.
I would rather deal with that problem at a later time.
How many counters are on the adversary? I can't tell.
Just one.
Just one. That's good enough.
So
an anthem is an anthem, right?
Here is a factor fiction at the end of the turn. It's going to reveal a couple lands, a force of negation, a counterspell, and a serum visions.
Mm-hmm. Do you need the lands or you just need gas? Because that's the question here. Lands.
I don't recall off the top of my head what specifically I was looking for there. I can tell you with some amount of certainty that those piles were not the greatest piles I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, sort of. To be fair, it was like I probably would have put one land in. I don't know. Serum Visions is sort of an awkward card sometimes. It's good if you're getting additional value out of it. You and I have expressed our dislike for that card. But sometimes,
yeah, I don't love it.
You go deep on the cantrips, right?
So here is another lord. It's a Coppercoat Vanguard.
Oh my god!
And that is going to get met with a counter spell from me. Cam's going to follow that up with a Boromir, Warden of the Tower.
Oof. Coppercoat Vanguard. It's just a human anthem, and Ward 1.
Yeah, it also gives your humans wards 1.
That's absurd.
So once again in this game, just like in previous games, I was really trying to prioritize keeping as many creatures off of the battlefield as I could. And up until this point, I was doing really well with, kind of exchanging resources one for one. So here's a Snapcaster Mage. That's going to flash back a Lightning Bolt, which is going to take care of Boromir. Boromir will get sacrificed and make Spirit of the Labyrinth into the Ring Bearer.
Mm-hmm. Spirit of the Labyrinth also kind of heinous against you. Like, it sucks.
Yep, it's another one of those ways that you can punish players that are trying to draw extra cards.
Yep.
Absolutely.
One of the reasons you've been higher on Dig Through Time lately.
Yep. So here is an Invoke Despair.
Ooh, Standard All-Star. This got banned, right?
Yes, Invoke Despair is banned in Standard. So the way that this spell resolves is they sacrifice a creature. If they can't, they lose 2 life and you draw a card. So he sacrifices the creature, and then the abilities on this spell continue to resolve. So that creature is already in the graveyard when the last 2 lines of text resolve, and so I do get to draw 2 cards, and he will lose 4 life. True Name Nemesis. True Name Nemesis is going to hit the red zone now, knocking Cam down to 13. This Cave of the Frost Giant is going to get animated again, and that's going to crash in for 4 in the air.
Does it have flying?
It does, yes.
That's wild.
Wasteland is going to take care of my Volcanic Island.
I guess.
And then I will crack this Verdant Catacombs, taking me down to just 4. So you saw last turn, I felt comfortable enough to start attacking with this True Name Nemesis.
Yep.
I have reached a point where I feel like I've pivoted, and
it's no longer on defense duty.
It is time to make this game over with. So Fiery Islet, going to draw an additional card. I will untap and take a draw step.
It's weird that he wastelanded you when you had so many lands.
He's not doing anything with that extra mana.
I suppose. I was just like holding those up for man lands.
So here is a Ledger Shredder, and then I will follow that up with casting a Sauron's Ransom.
Nice. So you get to surveil and then execute the
Connive.
ransom.
Yep.
Connive.
So
sorry.
Connive is going to add a card to my hand. I'll discard a Thoughtseize. That's not doing much here. Sauron's Ransom is going to resolve. Looks to be a Dothy Voidwalker, a Snuff Out, a land, and a Flame Slash.
That's Snuff Out. Probably not going to pay the 4 life for it.
Not looking to do that just yet, no. So I believe you do see me take the face down cards here.
I like that. Yeah. It's a lot of mind games.
I believe Cam built another pile based on him thinking that I need lands, which, I do take the snuff out and the...
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I remember the line of thought. So I need a removal spell for this cave,
Sure.
the manland, and I can't hope that there is another removal spell face down.
Yeah.
So I just have to take the snuff out, and I'm gonna have to pay 4 mana to cast it.
Yeah. I think. I mean, it wasn't like that Flame Slash was going to take care of it anyway, right? Sorcery speed, like.
So here's a preordain. That's going to put 2 cards on the bottom, and I will draw a fresh card. Here is 4 mana.
Are you on Wasteland?
No.
Ugh. Wasteland would be clutch.
Snuff out is going to take care of Usher of the Fallen. Wasteland is a card that people put in a lot of decks that shouldn't.
Yeah. It probably only goes in 1 or 2 mana, unless you're on some sort of lands, like recursion lands ability deck.
Yeah, it's not enough effect to warrant a card in my deck. I don't concern myself too much with lands. I'm not playing a ton of legendary creatures, so I don't have to care about Caracas.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sort of one that I also like to hit with it personally, but
so Skyclave Apparition is going to take care of my Ledger Shredder.
Woof.
And pass it back over to me.
Didn't have the mana to animate the
nope, it costs 5 mana to turn that.
Wow.
On. Yeah.
Those Kaldheim lands, they are expensive.
It is.
Cave of the Frost Giant's pretty good though.
It is 4 and a white. So
now you get a 2/2.
Here you see a Drown in the Lock is going to take care of the Skyclave. That will give me a 2/2, yes.
Nice.
Cameron is going to follow that up with Brutal Cathar.
Interesting.
Brutal Cathar is going to clear out this Snapcaster Mage.
Okay. It's that's a weird choice. I don't know that I would have done the Snapcaster.
Yeah, I can't say for sure one way or the other.
I probably would have just gone with the token. That's a clean removal.
Getting rid of the token is pretty good, I think. Yeah.
And if you get your Snapcaster back, that sucks.
Well, you'll see what happens.
Okay.
Real soon.
I hope it's good for you. Blake, it's good for you, right?
So the Illusion token is going to block the Intrepid Adversary. Those
finally dies.
Those creatures will trade. Fatal Push is going to take out this Brutal Cathar. I will get my Snapcaster Mage back.
So now you get to flash back something in your yard.
Yep. You see me move that Factor Fiction to the top of my deck here.
You'll love it. You'll love to see it.
Going to crack a Polluted Delta. Yep, I will need that mana. I believe I already have a removal spell in my hand for the Manland, so
nice.
I'm not concerning myself with my life total too much at this point. I just have to get Cam dead.
Yeah, and you're on a 3-turn clock with these creatures, with these 2 creatures here.
So here is a Dismember, a Dreadbore, a Hull Breacher, a Fairy Mastermind, and a Shieldred the Apocalypse.
Is that the proxy? Is that Shieldred?
That is Shieldred, yes.
Okay. Card's expensive, dude.
Yeah. It is, yes. And
but also
I just put it in my deck. I've never needed one for anything.
Okay.
So I just put it in my deck. So an attack,
very good at stabilizing.
An attack here for 5 is going to knock Cameron down to 6, and then he's going to take 2 damage from Shieldred in his draw step. The Frost Dragon is going to attack. I'm going to dismember it. He's going to cast a Brave the Elements, and then Mental Misstep is going to counter the Brave the Elements. So we are going to shuffle up here and get a game 3.
Mental Misstep.
Yes.
Paying mana for it, too.
I did, yes.
I don't blame you. I mean, at 1 life, you just kind of have to do it.
My hand just lined up really, really well with the spells that he had.
Yeah, I mean, you also conserved your spells very well there. Like, it came down to the end, and you you retained the cards that you needed to. You made the choices that I think put you in the winning position. Like getting in, like starting to just chisel away at his life total. Once you start getting comfortable,
Yep.
you just started like getting in. And I don't know that I would have, like, I didn't know the cards in your hand, but just having that foresight to know, okay, I can start chiseling away at his life. I'll eventually deal with his manland. I just need to start chipping away at his life so that I can put pressure on.
Right. The once I had the Snapcaster Mage in play to be able to block, I held that mental misstep in my hand for a really long time. So most of Cameron's best removal spells are at 1 mana, and
Right.
I felt pretty comfortable with the mental misstep protecting my Snapcaster Mage from a removal spell there. That would be able to trade with the intrepid adversary. And I couldn't block the flying man land, so I might as well just start attacking with the True Name Nemesis.
Yeah, how different does that game play out if instead of exiling the Snapcaster, he exiles the token?
Yeah, so I don't get to flashback. I don't get to flashback the Factor Fiction there, which means I don't have a Dismember for the Manland.
Yep.
Like I said, I believe I was holding another removal
Okay.
spell that was going to deal with the Manland anyway, but
So not a ton.
but the
Turn 1 monkey.
yeah, so typical modern here. Cam's gonna start off with a Plains and an Esper Sentinel, and I'm gonna put a Ragavan into play on.
Modern Horizons 2, the format. Oh,
Yeah.
there we got Ancient Tomb.
Yeah, Ancient Tomb, casting an Archon of Emeria.
Card sucks.
Yeah, it's like if Thalia Heretic Cathar was worse.
It hurts me so much.
Why does this card have flying?
I don't know. God dang. I've been burned by that card so many times. I've played it myself, and I'm just like, oh, I'm this kind of monster, I guess. Oh,
Yeah.
you just traded off the monkey. Yeah, I guess it's fair.
I did. I said, I said, present you with a decision as I attacked with it.
I like that though, because that was just going to tax your spells for the
I
rest of the
don't
game.
want him to keep drawing cards
And
every
there's
time I
recall.
cast a spell. And here is my
The
7
game's
point
over.
cards. Ancestral Recall. This game
Game's
is
over.
Game is far from over,
Game's
actually.
over. You recalled. Game's over. You got it.
So a Gataxian Probe here is going to reveal an Ephemerate, a Council's Judgment, an Adeline, and a Palace Jailer.
Oof. What do you take? Oh, you don't take anything, right? It's just a peak. That Ephemerate with the Palace Jailer is ugly.
Yes. It's I gotta say, looking at this hand, I am not thrilled.
You're gonna have a hard, like, especially because he has that Ancient Tomb resolved down. It's like,
So here's an Animate Dead on the Archon of Emeria.
oh well, we like that now. The card's great. So all of a sudden,
Council's Judgment is going to take care of this Animate Dead.
yeah, it's fair. Didn't want to hit his own Archon. Funny enough, if he had cast the Palace Jailer and taken Archon, if he lost the Monarch, he would have gotten the Archon back himself.
Right. Yes. This was a line that I actually discussed with him after we
Yeah.
had concluded the game.
I probably would have done that. Knowing that you're on
I
Nemesis.
like playing the Palace Jailer there, but
Yeah.
I'm a little biased because I know the contents of my hand. I was terrified that he was going to Palace Jailer the Archon.
Monarchy is so good against control decks.
Yeah,
Like the initiative and Monarchy.
if I don't have like the correct cards, I'm just never going to be able to take that from him.
Yeah.
So here's my sweet altered sleight of hand.
That's sick.
I love that alter so much. 1 card to hand, 1 card on the bottom.
Getting a new print of that.
Yeah,
New sleight of
yeah,
hand coming
just
out.
spoiled in the new Eldraine set.
Yeah. Looks good.
So
Got a
sleight
goose in it.
sleight of hand coming to local, standard, and pioneer tournaments near you.
Yeah, I don't hate it as a card. I think it's fine, especially in formats with Ledger Shredder. Got Shreddy Wheat. Gonna get some additional value. What is this card that he has resolved? It's got that funky frame.
Oh, that's Coppercoat Vanguard. It's
okay.
It's a 2/2 for 2 that says
Sure.
other humans get +1/+0 and have Ward 1.
Yeah.
So this is a Mardu Woe Reaper.
Whoa. Card's very good. Exiles a card from a graveyard.
Yeah, another 2 power 1 mana creature that gets rid of a card out of the graveyard. Just why do they give mono white things like this?
Because they feel bad.
Savannah Lions has come a long way.
Savannah Lions, man. Well, we used to play Jackal Pups back in the day, so
I played Savannah Lions.
Yeah, I was a Jackal Pup boy, but yeah, I respect the Savannah Lion.
Here is a Toxic Deluge for one. Toxic Deluge, another recent addition to this deck, has been extremely impressive.
Lets you hold up additional mana. It really right sizes your removal too. I really appreciate that as an include.
Yeah,
people have been off board wipes lately.
It's not always a board wipe. The things that it kills: True Name Nemesis, Monastery Mentor, and all of the tokens that it made.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it can deal with
all of the cards in Seeker Walk.
Every mana dork that has ever seen light of day,
and consequently a lot of cards out of mono white.
Although does not cleanly deal with Delighted Halfling. You got to pay 2 life for that.
So here is a copy of Kolaghan's Command, one of my favorite cards.
Ooh,
and modes chosen are Shock Your Usher of the Fallen and have you discard a card. Cameron discards his Ephemerate. And once again, we have reached a point where I like just jamming the Palace Jailer here. Even though it doesn't have any immediate value, it doesn't get to exile anything. The good thing is if I ever take the Monarch, I don't get anything back.
Yeah.
So Dismember here is going to take care of the Adeline, pass thing back my way. I've got a
with no threats on the other side. You just jam it in.
Yeah, it's questionable.
I don't think so.
So he does cast the Palace Jailer here, and in response, I'm going to flash in this Dress Down. So no Monarch for Cameron.
You love the Dress Down.
Dress Down, the card,
great utility card.
Yeah, the card. Every time I cast it, it's nuts.
I have never been disappointed by the card.
So
turns off True Name Nemesis from being good. Turns off the win the game from Thassa's Oracle. Kills all of the tokens from Urza Saga.
Yeah, here is the Sauron's Ransom, which is going to be 3 lands and a Halo Forager.
What a card.
Yeah, Halo Forager, supremely good.
It lets you cast spells out of anybody's graveyard.
That
includes your opponent.
I love to steal your Ancestral Recall. So here is the Halo Forager. That is going to flash back my Kolaghan's Command, which is going to take care of this Palace Jailer, and Cameron's going to discard a Winds of Abandon.
Didn't want to take the Ephemerate to Ephemerate it back?
No.
just a cheeky idea.
Cam's going to add an Adanto Vanguard to the battlefield and pass back to me. I'm going to untap and draw a card.
I think you're in a good position here. You're not dead on board to anything at all.
I'm feeling pretty good. I could tolerate a little bit more life. So here's a Kroxa, and I will also escape the Kroxa.
So love it.
Cam is going to take 6 here.
And you have a 6/6. It'll kill him next turn.
And Halo Forager is going to get in the red zone here for 3. Knock Cam down to just 2. He'll fire up his Mutavault. And
I thought the Halo Forger had flying.
It does.
Oh, why is he firing up that Mutavault?
This is on his turn.
Oh.
We've already passed back his way. He's firing up a Mutavault. He plays Athalia's Lieutenant, so the Mutavault gets a counter.
Okay. All you have to do is swing. If he's empty-handed, he's dead.
And we're done.
Why did he cast the spell? If he has a block... all right, okay.
He was trying to work out whether or not he could get lethal. He didn't have any cards in his hand. We both were pretty sure he was dead. He was just trying to work out whether or not he could get lethal.
Kroxa without an answer is a pretty sure thing with your opponent empty-handed because it just bolts them every turn.
6 mana, bolt you twice.
So good. And then bolt on attack too. So you're swinging in for 9 effectively. Yeah.
Kroxa, an excellent win condition.
And I really like it in your deck.
I will take it. I will take it over Uro any day of the week. It's much less annoying.
I think people get afraid because they see double red, double black on the back end. don't never be afraid of your pips. Like if you're in those colors, play the spells that are good.
I have like the greediest mana base. I've got a quadruple black spell, a triple blue spell.
The more I think about
several
like,
double blue spells.
Yeah, I've come back from like, oh no, don't do that, to like, if you're in those colors and you're like it's not a splash color, don't be afraid of it. Like fetch accordingly, play your deck accordingly, and like it's totally fine. Just Invoke Despair, great card. Play it.
Just hope that your mana base or a Blood Moon doesn't punish you.
Yeah, well. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Yeah,
turn notifications on so that we get to annoy you every time we upload a video, and we will definitely see you guys in the next one.
Hey, bye-bye.